Hey everybody, I'm Laura DeCarlo of Career Directors International, and I'm wishing you a happy early Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate here in the US, but obviously happiness everywhere. Listen, if you're currently thinking about starting, or actively building a resume writing or career coaching business, I am so glad you've joined me today. In the show, we share tools, strategy, and mindset tips that lead to your ultimate success without the stress. Now, we are currently streaming on CDI's Facebook page, YouTube channel, and LinkedIn page. But I'm going to make it very simple. When you comment for the first time in the chat, please just include your full name. That way I'll know who I'm talking to and whether LinkedIn or Facebook or whatnot is telling me who you are. It's so much more fun to know who we're talking to. So listen, if you don't know me yet, my goal is to become your not so secret superpower. At Career Directors International, we provide everything you need to love and excel at what you do so you can make a difference while earning an exceptional living as a career industry professional. This season, we've been focusing on learning what's working and what's not in career industry business today by tapping into the results of CDI's recent second annual Critical Industry Analysis Survey. Those results and what we're seeing in the industry this year led us to working hard, so hard. Not even going to tell you how hard and how much we've been working like little mice behind the curtain. I don't know. Anyway, it's because we wanted to launch some new courses and create some fabulous opportunities for you to grow in your career and business with CDI. And if you're familiar with CDI, you know that we get very giving this time of year, offering pricing and opportunities we never offer any other time of the year. In fact, this year we have something on sale we have never discounted once in over 20 years. And we have offers that are as low as 50% off. So some really great stuff and everything that targets your bottom line in terms of getting better at what you do and at increasing your bottom line. Increasing your bottom line. All right, so today I'm sharing with you the CDI Cyber Week offers. That's what I'm going to be talking about and answering your questions on, because we do have 3 new courses that have launched as of Monday. But before we get into that, I want to ask you to do 3 things. First off, let me know who you are. Again, comment in the chat. Give me your full name the first time so I know whether I'm going to be able to see who you are or not and know who I'm talking to. Second, if you have any questions about anything CDI while we are talking, drop them in the chat. I'm glad to answer them. And third, if you want to make sure you don't miss out on my show every week, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Normally we are at 3:45 p.m. Eastern, but seeing as we're going into a holiday and many people don't work on Wednesday the day before at all, I figured let's just do this early so that people can hopefully catch it. All right, I don't see anything in the chat yet. I'm gonna just have the chat open though, just in case. And so I'm not even gonna say, give me a let's go or ready, since I'm by myself right now. All right, so while we're departing from our discussion, oh, Janine is here. Hi, Janine, hello. I'm so glad. I always love knowing I'm talking to someone. So while we're departing from our discussion of CDI's Critical Industry Analysis Survey findings and what's working and what's not in career industry businesses, it's important for me to point out that we used those results and other industry feedback to specifically craft our new courses and selected our offers based on what we felt that you as resume writers and career coaches would need most. So here's the deal that you're likely very, very well aware of. Our industry is in major flux right now. We've been flooded with, dare I say, millions, and I can say millions because all you have to do is search online or on LinkedIn and you'll see that. So millions of underqualified practitioners who think, because they don't know any better, that the same DIY style of knowledge and resumes is all that's needed for job seekers. And equally challenging is trying to figure out how to grow a flourishing business just by looking at what others are doing or trying to capitalize on free advice. In all these cases, these millions don't know what they don't know. And it's created a veritable stew of inadequacy and mediocrity, pallet advice, and lower quality services that those of us who are serious, this is can feel like an uphill battle. But Well, I don't like to see people fail. I also very much believe in quality first because we hold job seekers' success in our hands. This isn't sustainable. When something bloats like this, it's not going to stay. We're seeing it happen. We're seeing people retiring, moving on to new ventures, not even really getting started when they're realizing that this isn't working. Their clients aren't happy. They're not satisfied. We also see those who have more effectively insulated themselves through CDI Accelerator Club coaching membership, CDI Advanced Credentials, awards, or just simply actually taking advantage of the targeted trainings available to our association members. They're visible in that they're not in the same boat as everybody who is scrambling. We're seeing it in 74% of our surveyed members whose revenue either stayed the same this year from last year or increased in the last year. They're also visible in those who have told me, especially in the last 30 plus days, that, yeah, there was a little bit of rocky period earlier this year, but now so many of them are back to waiting lists. And that all has to do, the commonality factor is becoming part of CDI and trusting and being active in CDI, having the tools to bring results. And Janine, I know that you have been one of them who's been echoing the value of that. So if you have anything you want to pop in the chat, I would be grateful. Anybody else who is with CDI, throw it out there. But basically, if you want to survive and not, be predatorily clamoring on every job seeker's post on LinkedIn to try to win their business, you've absolutely got to find ways to make yourself shine. And that's what this is all about. Everything that we have created and the great deals I'm about to tell you about come down to helping you get to success easier, faster, without having to feel slimy, without having to lack confidence or struggle with imposter syndrome. These are the tools that are working for your colleagues. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and hope that this works. I did test it out beforehand several times. So let's see here. We're going to go to the Career Director's website. And right now I'm on the home page because I wanted to show you where you would go. You can see here at the top, very, very easy. There's this learn more to go to all our Cyber Week offers. We do have a landing page with all of them in one place to make your life as easy as possible. And then there are jump links to the short versions of the offers. Now these offers are good through Cyber Friday. But hey, it's really easy to get busy. So we're bringing them to you now so you can start thinking about what's going to give you the best ROI for starting out. I know that with the pricing we put together here that literally just one of these offers, I don't even know why that is way over there. All right, let's see. I think it's spreading across the page like this because I am sharing. Let me take my overlay off here real quick. I think it's spreading across the page like it is because I'm sharing my screen on here because these are not supposed to be edge to edge like this. Really strange. Can you see them okay? Janine, let me know in the chat. Janine says, love CDI resources, advice, community. I could go on and on. CDI has been a game changer for my business. Wish I would have found them sooner in my career. Thank you, Janine. You know, I put my effort and energy into everything we do to make sure it's the best tool and solution to help our members succeed. All right. If I had to say that CDI had been initially built on 3 critical things, it was A, meeting my colleagues at conferences in the past 30 years before CDI even existed, and always hearing the woes around pricing and packaging and closing. And that is still the most predominant thing I hear for career entrepreneurs in our industry over and over again. The issues of I try to raise my prices and people say no, so I lower them again. Or, I don't know how to package, or I have one package, or I'm just letting people pick what they want. And all these things lead to all kinds of challenges. So I have created a 6-day challenge course that really actually kicks off, and this is the page, or all the details are. But the course actually kicks off on, I had it right there in front of me, didn't I? And I let it go. It kicks off right there, Monday, December 9th. It runs that full week, 11:30 a.m. each day. And then we have a follow-up Q&A the following Tuesday. I am super excited about this course because here's the bottom line. My process, I'm an introvert. You may not know that, it might not look like it, but I am an introvert and I don't like to sell. I don't like to be told no, I don't like any of that stuff. So I created a process. Thank you, Janine. I created a process many years ago for my own business that made it possible to do what I call eduferication, which is educating someone to understand the difference between do-it-yourself and what a professional does. And I use different modalities in this process that changes the mindset of what somebody thinks they're paying for. And I'm not just talking about career services. I'm not just talking about resume writing services. Guides them into package options, uses some psychology there to help them make the right decision, not necessarily the most expensive decision, but the perfect complete solution decision that will help them be successful. And has been known to close 90 to 90, for me it was 94 to 97% of all consults I've done since the 90s with 4-figure packages to job seekers of all levels. I started sharing that probably at early conferences as early as 2000, and I would get calls from colleagues about, oh my gosh, it worked. And we've obviously changed it as people have done less face-to-face with the internet, so now that it can be done virtually. But my members and my private clients who use this process with the pricing, packaging, and closing find that they can continue to scale. It's an adaptable model that grows with you in terms of, I'm not going to tell you what to price. I'm going to give you a plan to go with your comfort zone as your business owner, as an entrepreneur. And then I'm going to give you the psychology and system for packaging that helps get people to make the right decision, or at least a much better decision than you just relying on them picking what they think they need. And then I'm going to make sure you have this consultation strategy. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. When you sign up for the course, you immediately get access to the private community. And I'm encouraging everybody to look for a practice buddy in the group. You get immediate access to the targeted resources. I'm recommending that you some of them are like, definitely read these. And then there are others that these are beneficial that you might want to check them out. So that's all instant. And we kick off the week after Cyber Week on Monday. And you can literally have a new pricing, packaging, and consultation strategy ready to go in January. I mean, to the point where you're going to be like confidently able to tell your list, assuming that you have a list, that you're raising prices on January 15th. So you might want to lock it in now. It's a great way to not just silently raise your prices in the night, but to take advantage of using fear of missing out with your prospects. Now, I am super excited. You can probably see here on the screen that we are talking $199 for this entire system. Working with me one-on-one in business consulting, I charge over $2,000 for 6 sessions. And normally we can nail this really, really quickly and get you going a couple of sessions. But $199 to possibly like so many of the success stories we have in CDI, and you can see them when you visit these pages, are doubling, tripling their rates. I've helped clients scale to the 7-figure range. So there's tons of opportunity, and I'm super excited about it. Janine says, yes. All right. So that is the first offering. You can check it out. Like I said, you can click through right from this page. All right, so going back, the second offer, and that's brand new. And it's going to be live for 6 days. Okay, the next offer is also another brand new class, also in response to one of the things I hear most. And I know I said CDI was started over 3 things, and I just left that hanging. But one was pricing, packaging, and closing. One was the need to write better resumes than most of the industry, even professional associations, recognizes. Because in my world, if a job seeker wants to apply to a targeted job they're qualified for, they should have about a 90 to 100% chance of getting an interview for it if that company is really interviewing and they're not just posting it because they need to and already have picked an internal candidate. Which shouldn't be, oh, yeah, it takes my clients on average 6 months to find a job. I know there's challenging industries and whatnot, but resumes are targeted marketing documents. So that was another reason we started CDI, is because we needed to raise the level. And that's why we only showcase award-winning resume writer tutorials from people who have won and are excellent at writing first and design second, because writing always is first. And then the third reason for CDI was because so many resume writers wanted to become career coaches, and there really were no organizations. I can proudly say I was the first certified resume writer to become a certified career coach way back a bazillion years ago. I come from university placement, where I also ran award-winning programs for their placement rates, so I know what works. And so those were kind of like the three things. And we're still kicking butt today. I'm super excited about what we get to do. Janine says, I did the coaching with Laura on this topic of pricing and packaging. So I recommend the course. $199 is a steal. The advice Laura gave me produced immediate results for me. Priceless. Wonderful, Janine. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. Okay, so one of the things I have heard recently in the last year especially was, I've seen your tip video on niching my business. Is there longer training? I want to get specific. And honestly, niching today is more important than it ever was. But I think a lot of people shy away from it because they envision, I have to stop serving all these other clients I love, all these other professions and whatnot, and focus on just that one. That literally could not be further from the truth. I actually at one point was the resume expert for, I think, my husband and I are like, I got to go back and count one day, because was it 39, 43, 55? I don't even know. There were so, and I'm not saying that to brag, but the point is each one of them had a specialty, and I was known as their expert. So I'm not ever going to recommend somebody tries to create all those niches at once, but focusing on one at a time and becoming known as the person for that industry is business changing in today's world, where everybody is clamoring, trying to talk to everybody on LinkedIn and literally climbing all over each other and being heard by pretty much no one. So we want to get out of that hamster wheel process and get into something that lets us be creating a channel of focus within our business. So I created this 5-day challenge course. And just to be clear, when I'm saying challenge course in these, you're actually coming to a training each day, and then you're leaving there and you're doing work. And then you're going into the Facebook group, if you want to, the private community, and you're sharing the recommended thing that I've asked you to share, or you're asking questions and you're getting feedback, and you're finding a study buddy, and you're showing up to the Q&A at least on the last day with questions. And if you miss that, you've got access to the group, and you've got access to the videos and the additional resources, so that there's always going to be time. But we've tried to stack these two courses for the pricing, packaging, and consulting, obviously a little bit more comprehensive because you're learning a system, right? And then we're getting into, so you've got the holidays to get that done. But so if you need that too, they're not overlapping and overwhelming. If you don't need that and you're like, well, I have to wait till January 6th to get started, you don't, because we have included I've included a workshop from, well, it's more of a webinar with a worksheet from Entrepreneurial Success Secrets course on niching. And then I've included my module with worksheet, which is very interactive, on niching from Six Figure Flight Plan, so that you have those to work on through the holiday. Should you wish to, they are optional. They are not required for the course. And then you join us on January 6th, and you should have created one well-defined niche and have a process for creating more literally by that Friday. Again, this is a $199 course. I didn't even go to the page, but you can see here. You just go to careerdirectors.com and you either click on that button that's up there, or you go to careerdirectors.com/promotions and you get to this page. All right. Any questions so far? Let me just check. I think it's just Janine and I going strong right now. Thank you, Janine. All right. So let's scroll down to our next thing. And this is our final brand new. No, this isn't the brand new course. Where is the? Oh, it was at the top. Okay. So the other brand new course we have is Resume Writing Roadmap. And this is the companion course to Resume Business Roadmap that we launched for Cyber Week, I think about 3 years ago. Now, it's really just to tell you the very quick story here. I have started winning resume writing awards in the 90s from my very first professional conference. I walked away with the first place most visually distinctive award. And then when this now CDI, when it first started, it was called PRWRA. Nobody else was doing awards. They had them virtually. And I was like, yes. So I entered, and a lot of Gail Howard, and she and I went head to head, and we both took first place wins. And somehow I got throughout the competition. They did a who had most points. It was me. They asked me to become the director of PR, which I did for a while. And then I became the director of awards. And then I became ultimately the president and turned it into Career Directors International. But I tell you all that because I have a very high opinion of resumes, as I was saying earlier. And I always planned to do a course. Then I partnered with Gail Howard, who I saw as this equally amazing award-winning resume writer. She's fabulous. As you guys know, I still look at her 2015 resume, 2005, I think, winning resume, and go, that's better than what most people produce today. But so she had a course ready to go, and we brought her course on board, and we continue to offer it. It has a path to the CARW certification process. It's our, intensive program. But I'd always had this plan to do this course, but it's like, well, how do you have two courses and not step on feet, blah, blah, blah. And I was meeting, but I actually had created this. I mean, I wrote resumes for dummies. I have a whole system. I used to teach resume writing at a university, a business school, at a college for the placement program I was a director of, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so, I mean, it's my heart. This is what I excel at first and foremost. It's where I started. I went to college for creative writing and technical writing. So I had this course that I created that I've taught to military career centers and university career centers who wanted to certify their people. But I'd never launched it, even though I had Resume Business Roadmap and I kept meaning to do Resume Writing Roadmap. And I'm talking to board members who you guys haven't got to meet yet. It's a newly reformed board of some amazing people. Janine is one of them. But the topic of you need more of an entry to resume writing course available for people to pursue. And because I had been always envisioning, I need to create all these assignments and I'll need to grade them and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to scroll down a little bit as I talk here. And it was eye-opening for me because I was like, wow, I just need to tweak my course a little bit and it'll be ready to go as I want to say it's an overview, but it's an expert overview. It's like you're literally getting into a detailed version of my brain and how I approach resume writing and how I taught people to approach resume writing to be the best they could be. And I feel like I'm doing a bad job describing this, but I'll go down to the table of contents here. I have no idea. I think it must be the screen sharing that is making everything blow up to the edges of the page because this is not how it fits. So the course has 29 downloadable lessons. It has 4 of my resume writing templates in Microsoft Word. We have a live Q&A Zoom session, I think about I think I put it in February, if I remember correctly, so that people would have enough time to study. It's got over 17 samples in the course itself, but you're also getting a copy of Resumes for Dummies Kindle, and you're also getting a copy of our CDI Resume Certification Guide, which has a whole ton more of samples of people who've earned CDI resume certifications. And then we've included 24 bonus lessons and tutorials. Now, the bonus lessons and tutorials, if you're already a member, yes, you already have access to those. If you're getting this as a non-member, then it is opening up things to you that you would only ever have as a member. And we do have a private community, and there are prompts in every one of the lessons on activities you can do and share to your level of comfort. It's just a private group for students, of course, but it's how you would get feedback outside of the Q&A session from myself or other students on your topics. So we go into the foundations of resume writing. We go into a blueprint, everything from how you gather information, which to me is one of the most important things a resume involves. If you don't get the right content, you can't create a strong, winning, branded, unique resume for your client. And that's where most people switching from DIY resumes for friends and family to professional get stuck. They're just glossing the surface, and we need to go much deeper than that. We go into, it's literally everything you can need to know without having to turn in, without being required to turn in assignments that doesn't lead to certification. It can prepare you for certification, but doesn't lead there. We have an intensive part. I feel like I have a super cool strategy, multiple strategies on overcoming candidate challenges. New graduates. My campuses, out of 11 campuses in 2 countries, for 7 straight years, we had the highest placement rate at living wages for our graduates, and everything from IT to medical administration, because it really was an interesting private university. We did a lot of things, but anybody has a challenge. They're making a transition. They've had time off. They are a new graduate. They require a different approach. And my pet peeve, the one thing I never want to hear a resume writer say is, I love new graduate resumes because they're so easy. They have so little to share. To me, a new graduate resume is 10 times harder than an executive, because executives, they're results driven. They probably haven't had that many positions in X amount of time. New grad, you got to look at so many things. We need a different approach here if we want them to go out and land their dream job. And why do I see us as career superheroes who save the day? We have our logo that we have our focus that we do. It's because of the difference we can make when we have a strategy for overcoming challenges that hold people back from employment, reemployment, and advancement. So this is a really critical section of my gems that I've been sharing mostly in private training, and we do have lessons in CDI membership, but this is more. All right, designing a visually winning resume. And to me, this is another piece. If I have to hear one more person say, it's just basics is good enough, it shouldn't be fancy. And I've had to see another resume that looks like what I was embarrassed to do 27 years ago that somebody is passing off as professional. I'm sorry, go look out in a parking lot. Are there all gray cars out there? Because there are not all gray cars out there, and that means that all resumes shouldn't be the exact same generic format. Should they be ATS friendly? Of course. Can they be ATS friendly and dynamic? Yes. My husband last year, he wanted to get in with one of the top 5 DoD aerospace and aviation contractors. One interview, one job posted online, one targeted resume with color, with a text box. Oh my gosh. One interview, one job offer. I think it was like a 20, I don't know. I posted it in the Facebook group, somewhere between a 24 and a 29% salary increase. So we want to know advanced techniques. It behooves us, whether we need to use them for every client or not, to have access to that type of content. Okay, any questions on this? I think, okay, the plus part is the ridiculously low price we have on that. Okay, so the Q&A is January 23rd, which is a Thursday. And these are your bonuses. And then right now, $497 for anyone, regularly $19.97. So, or no, I'm sorry, regularly $9.97. So really, really great price, 50% off, basically, whether you're a member or a non-member. After, and we do have a 3-pay option. After Cyber Week is over, we will go back to having members getting 25% off compared to non-members. So again, it's a really good time to join since we have a membership special too. Okay, let me just check the chat. See, nothing in the chat. Okay, moving right along here. I'm going to jump around because I went out of order. So we also have Resume Business Roadmap on special. This is not a new course, but this is the business part. So up until after COVID, CDI was the only place you could go to in the entire world that targeted business and sales strategy comprehensively for resume writers and career coaches. And now I know that it's everywhere, and a lot of it copies what we do here. We are the original, we are the best. And I can say that because the people who use the systems I create, like the people who've started businesses and gone through Resume Business Roadmap, are in 4-figure packages, using subcontractors if they choose to, and being profitable within the first year. They're not scampering and working 50 hours and underpricing and whatnot, because we gave them a system all in one place that they could follow. And that's what the Resume Business Roadmap does. And it does it from the mind of someone who built a 6-figure practice in the 90s and has scaled and changed and adapted what I have taught and what works all the way through today. And if you follow my show, you know we're up on what's working in marketing now. So again, that's 50% off. It does have some bonuses with it as well for resume writing, should you choose to just do it and not the resume writing course. But really awesome, we also created a bundle. So if these courses are each $9.97 normally, and they're $4.97 each for Cyber Week and Black Friday, for Cyber Week, well, Monday through Cyber Week, you can get the bundle of both courses together for $8.97. So I think that's 55% off if you choose to have both. Okay, we are 80% done with what offers I have to share with you today. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If something is exciting you, let me know in the chats. If you're just excited for turkey, let me know that in the chat. Okay, so what we have next is, and again, I'm frustrated this is going off the page, but it must be, it didn't do it when I was screen sharing in a test, but evidently it's something with the live. I don't know. And this big space does not exist on the actual page. So weird. All right. Resume writing, career coaching, resume reviewing. We have opted to put 7 of our credentials. These are ones that don't have courses attached to them. Well, the Certified Graphic Resume Architect does have a course that you can take for $2.99 created by Marie Platt. It's not on special, but I don't know, one of the most winning resume writers of the Tory Awards and I think the Roar Awards. And she shared all her expertise into a series that has turned more people into Tory winners than anything else for $2.99. I think that's pretty darn good price out of the gate without a Black Friday special. It was one of our Black Fridays a few years ago when we launched it. But for now, that's what it is. But if you decide you want to get certified in graphic resumes, we do have that credential on special. So these are the 7 that are available. You'll see here on this page, there are links to each one of them. very, very quickly, I'll just share. I put certified resume analyst at the top of the list because that is a credential that can be earned by resume writers and career coaches. We see resume writers choose to earn it because they feel it adds veracity and value to the fact that they might want to charge for a consultation. This is literally a credential for resume review and evaluation. It is not a resume writing credential, and it was created for those like who work in university career centers and military transition, family readiness, airman and family readiness, for example, who don't actually write, but they advise. It is a great credential. It was the very first one we made available to non-members. Now every one of the credentials on this list here is available to non-members as well. The catch being members always pay 25% less than non-members, except for the CARW, our entry credential, Certified Advanced Resume Writer, where members, for instance, pay $200 regularly and non-members pay $375. Also, members pay less for renewal. So not only are you getting access to all the great things we have in membership that I haven't even talked about yet, but you're saving money. This is the first time ever we've A, offered discounts on certifications to non-members, and B, ever discounted our Certified Advanced Resume Writer for anyone. So it's kind of a neat year. Okay, Master Career Director, that also can be earned by both resume writers and career coaches. So it's kind of unique. It literally requires you to just prove that you are a lifelong learner and participator in numerous buckets to qualify. It is a credential held currently by approximately, 12 people worldwide, maybe something like that. The Certified Advanced Resume Writer is our base credential, but we know to achieve it, you've still got to have advanced skill, not DIY, underqualified. You won't help a job seeker to have this rubber stamping of a credential. When you earn a CARW, job seekers know they're getting the best and not just one of thousands who have a credential. Anyway, I won't say any more there. Okay, Certified Master Resume Writer. We are the original and evidently well-copied Master Resume Writer credential. This is a coveted credential because it does qualify you and show that you are a master, which can we afford? First of all, we can't afford to float in a sea of millions of unqualified writers. Can we afford to even float in a sea and compete against thousands with, basic credentials? Credentials like the rest of these on here allow you to start to niche and stand out to a discerning job seeker who's willing to make a greater investment. So we have the Certified Master Resume Writer. We have the certified, again, first industry-wide Certified Executive Resume Master credential for working with executives. We have the Certified Resume Specialist. So it says plus niche here. And this is probably pretty cool for those who want to take advantage of being seen as an expert in different professions, because we offer this. I think there are 21 or 22 different niche specialties you can earn it in. And I believe the credential is only like for one category of the credential. I'm just going to run over there real quick. Well, now this page is looking normal. It's going to drive me crazy. I don't know what's going on. Sorry if I'm making anyone sick here. So the base price of this credential for members is $197, and with the automatic 25% off, non-members $267, paying full price. But you get to add an additional 20% off through Cyber Week. So one category of $157.60 for one category. And then the categories we have, just so you can get a peek at it, here is the list. Everything from challenging transitions. People are surprised. We used to have courses for military to civilian transition and federal resumes, but not enough people were interested in it. So now we just have this niche. If you're qualified and talented and experienced and you have somebody's basic certification, then you can pursue one of these niches. And it says here, have you ever another category you want us to consider? We do that if it's something we think will have a broad enough appeal. So really cool way you want to start standing out to a population. And I know there's a testimonial on this page here somewhere from someone who, she landed a university contract with 51,000 students, and felt that her $200 credential played a big role in being able to do that. So small potatoes for potentially big results. All right, let's see, chat questions, no. All right, we will move on to our last two. So, and Janine, look, you're featured on here. So evidently we like what Janine has to say, and I don't like how it looks on the screen. You know me, I'm all about visual. The CDI website is pretty, so seeing it appear like this in my screen share is just very disturbing to me. So membership, association membership, $297 for a year normally, for our one tier of membership. And I'm not going to get into this a lot because I don't want to confuse people. We have two types of membership. We have a regular membership, and then we have our Accelerator Plus membership. An Accelerator Plus membership gives you access to what I call one-on-one business consulting and coaching with me, in a group format, because that's pretty much what it comes down to. You have questions, you need support, you've got me in a private community, you've got me in our live sessions. You want a custom training on a topic, you're not hoping it appears, you're asking for it, and I'm creating it and delivering it live to this private community and group where you can ask questions. And it's an awesome thing, and the most anyone pays for it a month, for just that segment, when we used to have them as separate memberships, was $37 a month. Where again, my coaching, my one-on-one consulting is about $2,700 for 6 sessions, unless you're in the accelerator tier, and then even that you can save an additional 20% on. But anyway, so we have 2 different tiers of membership, and then we have monthly and we have annual. But then we also have the cyber specials, which are making it possible to save as much as $171 a year. If you join now. It's literally the pricing we were at for our regular membership back in 2011, which is really, really awesome. But I want to stress, because people look around and they're like, well, that group charges $70 less. Why would I join this one? First of all, everything we offer is from vetted by or created by award-winning practitioners in the area. Know what works, what's most effective, what's going to be successful for you business-wise and for your clients. Secondly, we don't add on for things like webinars. We have 1 to 3 live events every month. They're included. So you start tacking those on, and suddenly you're 90 days in and your membership is costing you more elsewhere. We also have so many incredible things included. There are like over 55 best practice tip sheets, over 121 on-demand webinars and audio programs. Again, the industry's top award-winning resume writers have created our tutorials included in membership. Even stuff like how to make graphic resumes ATS friendly with Marie Pletz. There's authority building, marketing and visibility and PR opportunities. There are one of our member favorites, the Done For You Job Seeker tip sheets that you can download in Word, brand and personalize, and then give away or sell. There's like 10 of those tip sheets now. That alone would cover years of membership price. So lots of great stuff. I encourage you to click through to the membership page, and you'll see all the great details, lots and lots of testimonials from your colleagues, because at the end of the day, that's the other thing I look for. I mean, one of my training points for resume writers and career coaches and selling themselves is getting testimonials from your clients at the right time. Not to say, oh my gosh, now that I have this from Joe, I feel so much more successful and I know this is going to work. That's completely different from a testimonial that, I mean, if we look here, Yuvica's testimonial on CDI's website, that all credit goes to Laura and CDI for amazing, helpful, and mind-blowing strategies that are helping my business grow 2 times faster. 2 times faster is a lot different than I hope this works. And so I invite you to look at, the things that we have on here, the fact that our events are rated by attendees 9.42 to 10 out of 10. That our members tell us they can't live without us, or that they made 20,000 in the first week of implementing the strategies they got here. So we know it works. Kyle, 30 days after, his member listing alone helped him pay for his membership, so for the year. So there's all these great opportunities within CDI that no one else has managed to duplicate. And I'm proud of that. And I work really, really hard, and my team works really, really hard to make sure that we bring the cutting edge to you. Now, if you are a CDI member, regardless of what rate you're at, no one has a membership lower than the special we have this year, because we do have legacies who, as long as they stay a member, they keep their original rate. But there are a lot of people who are higher, but you can buy up to 5 years, and we will just tack them on, and you won't renew until after that time. And you can always choose not to renew when it expires if you're out of the industry. But most of us know the value of job seekers, especially with this glutted industry of unqualified practitioners. They're looking for professional, people to belong to professional associations. They're looking for them to have credentials that require continuous learning and be able to be vetted. So super, super critical to join. And so here is a more cost-effective way to do it. And again, there are monthly options, and those are discounted as well. We actually rarely discount the monthly, and we have given you opportunities to do that as well. All right. So association members, it looks like you're saving less, but it's because we literally only rolled out the 2-tier membership system a few months ago, probably 4 or 5 months ago. We rolled out the 2 tiers. Up until then, everyone who was joining had regular membership, and they added what we called the Career Industry Accelerator Club on, versus now we have regular membership and we have Accelerator Plus membership, which we have that on here because this is where you would learn more about it if you're a job seeker. I mean, not job seeker. If you're looking to join CDI, it goes to this page. If you're like, well, I want to know more about this Accelerator Club beyond just the list of great stuff you put on the regular join page about it. And then for our regular members who are like, I need to add Accelerator Club. Why am I not in this? Why am I not getting these incredible benefits that help me immediately solve my problems? I call it security in your back pocket, because you just never know when a job seeker emergency is going to come around, or you're struggling to raise your prices, or the market changes and you have questions. And so you put them out there on social media. I would love to know who here gets frustrated when you try to ask a question on social media and you get, like, even though you're super careful about how you word it, now other people are going to see that. And for one, and two, everybody, no matter what qualification level they have, has the opportunity to reply. You don't know what the quality of your answers are that you're receiving. With this, you have access to me. We have a private community and monthly meetings and custom trainings and chances for business consulting and coaching with me, as well as feedback from, these other individuals who are joining you because they want to be elite and exceptional. So I love this. This is where my heart is, because I get to give. And if you know me, I'm a giver. So members, I'll just go over and show you real quickly, because I can't even remember now what pricing we're talking about. So we have annual, and we have, hold on. You guys will be able to see stuff you normally can't see. Did I put it here? I did not put it here. Hold on. Am I not logged in? It says log in to see the pricing. Hold on. Ugh. Let me log in real quick. That would be really, really helpful. I have no idea how I got logged out. I should be logged in at all times. Okay. Oh, look, and it took me to, I'm on my dashboard now. Woohoo. All right, back to promotions. And look, the page is normal now. Maybe that, when I hang up with you guys from this event, I'm going to contact my web developer and go, what happened in my live show? Okay, so I'm just going to get down to ready to join. All right, so you guys are seeing things. You can buy, if you're already in the Accelerator Club, you can buy a year for $199. So that's 12 months of custom training, support with me, coaching with me for an additional $16.58 a month, or $199 for a year. That's ridiculous, in my opinion. The lowest we ever offered the group at was $15. If you have an existing, again, if you have an existing membership, a regular membership of CDI, and you'd like to add the Accelerator Club, again, it's the $199. But we also have a monthly one. If you're like, no, I'd rather stay on a monthly, and again, it's cancel at any time. We're doing $15 for the first month and then $25 for each additional month. So again, super ridiculous. Imagine you asked me one question. Like Marie Plett wrote a testimonial one time for Accelerator Club about asking, I gave her one bit of advice at the beginning of, middle of COVID lockdown, or at the beginning. And I think she was able to add like $3,500 in sales with one email from one question. I think that's really, really worth, here it is, $3,600 a month. It's kind of worth $1,668 or $25 a month. So those are the options for members there, but it's fun. We have fun. Janine, we have fun, don't we? All right, Janine does have some things she said here. So let's see. She said, yay, LOL, about 10 minutes ago. And then she said, I belong to the other associations, and my take on the difference is that CDI is elite. Big difference in what I receive with CDI and what I have received from the other associations. And then about Accelerator Plus, Accelerator Club, she says, yes, and it is wonderful. I have collaborated with CDI peers I met through the Accelerator. So it is it's a lot of fun, and you have access to me, problem solving, motivation, whatnot. So that's all of our offers. I'm going to stop sharing here real quick so I can do the rest on full screen. You should have seen me figuring out how to stop sharing. Luckily, I practiced that beforehand, because normally I don't share anything, but I'll upload maybe charts and graphs. Sharing on the internet was like, first I basically deleted my existence from it and had to figure out some interesting things here. But anyway, any questions? If you have any questions on these offers, let me know in the chat now. And otherwise, I want to give a shout out to Janine, who has been so awesome in sticking with me here and sharing thoughts. So this is the link that I'm putting here at the bottom, careerdirectors.com/promotions, or as simple as just going out to careerdirectors.com and clicking on the promotions on the top. Now, again, these are open now, and they're going to be available through Cyber Friday next week, but that's going to be here before we know it, right? And I will not promise you'll ever see some of these offers ever again. I usually only get this generous during this time of year. Some certifications, like I said, we've never discounted the CIRW in over 20 years. We've never discounted it once. And I'm like, so important for people to get that first certification, that stepping stone. Let's make it even more accessible. So again, members, 20% off of the already discounted $200. Non-members, if you don't choose to take advantage of even the monthly join special, it's 20% off of $375. I can't imagine not joining, but not everybody is a joiner, so there. Again, the challenge courses are going to kick off. The first one is in 2 weeks, and the second one is the first full week of January, because we want to get you, prepped and ready to go for a fabulous 2025. All right, listen, I gotta take a drink. And we're almost done. Okay, when you go over, I usually drink cucumber water, but I didn't have time to get my cucumbers in the water. It's crazy. I have family in town for Thanksgiving for the first time in 30 years and so much going on. So I'm like, oh, we're drinking soda. Okay. When you go over to the site, if you're new to CDI, you can start by visiting our free stuff page, which is in the navigation, careerdirectors.com/free stuff, or just click on free stuff in the navigation. There's so many great resources, and there's the chance to join our community. And you can, again, read real testimonials from members around their CDI-driven successes. We take this all very seriously. There is no smoke, no mirrors, no ego, no puffery. We are all about what it takes to be successful while reducing the stress to get there. And that's honestly what I think so many people going it alone are missing. If you just do a little bit more up front, you can literally set yourself up for longevity and success in the long run. And you don't have to be scrambling when we're delivering to you what you need to know now and answering the hard questions that come up for you. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be painful, stressful, or lonely. And it won't be again when you get active with CDI. Let's see, I have something in the chat. Janine says, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Janine, and everyone else for sure. So as I close here, I just really want to encourage you, head over to careerdirectors.com. Check out all the great stuff I've mentioned. I don't know where you're going to get targeted information from somebody who's proven to help build 6 and even 7-figure career industry practitioners. I don't know where you're going to get those advice, resources, strategies, live trainings, upper level credentials at these prices, or again, that are targeted and tailored just for you and this industry. And don't miss out, okay? Because this is what it takes to get your clients to the next level. All right, wherever you are, I am so grateful that you joined me today. If you are in the US, I wish you happy Thanksgiving. But honestly, I thank each and every one of you for your mission to empower job seekers every day. Together, we can keep moving forward. And so until next week, happy Thanksgiving. Here's to flying higher. I don't see any questions in the chat, so we're going to call it. Thanks for being a trooper with me here all day, Janine, and those of you who stayed silent. I can see the numbers in the counter, so I'm grateful that you joined me. Have a great one.